Doorstops can be made in any kind of material you like. It can be a block of wood, it can be a nice little brick you have painted in gold, or of course a big pebble. But because we are sewing here, let's make it fabric, and this project is ideal for any pieces of remnants you have around the house, around the sewing room, but I'm going to make it in faux leather. I have this piece, and I think because it's like a sort of entrance area, corridor thing, I think it's going to be quite discreet. And the good thing about this material is that you can clean it really easily. Doorstops, even sometimes we move them with our feet, we sort of kick them out of the way or to put them in place, so this is ideal for that. This piece of faux leather is from a project previous to YouTube, a sort of chest I upholster the top. So I'm going to use this, and it's going to be ideal for this. From this I'm going to cut a piece of 50 by 25 centimeters, and the handle, they always have a handle even though you kick them. It's going to be in this sack material, and it's going to measure 15 by 10. This project is ideal if you're a beginner because it's quite easy, and if you're an expert or if you know what you're doing, it's also good because you have nice results in little time, and it's ideal as well to give as a present or even to sell, so you can have a bit of a business going on here. I'm going to start with the handle, folding my fabric twice and sewing. And for the doorstop, I'm going to fold my fabric, sew and top stitch, so I can then sew the bottom, pinch it, so I can fill it with sand, and sew the top with the handle in. Of course, remember to leave your seam allowance, even though it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not like sewing clothes. If it's a centimeter or half a centimeter smaller than you expected it doesn't really matter, but leave the seam allowance. I'm going to start by threading my machine with a polyester in a dark brown, and I have a thick needle, 116, and one of these foot press that helps you maneuver your leather. One of these ones with the roll. And I'm going to start with my little handle. It's not a big handle, it's just like a little thing you can grab. So I'm going to fold long ways twice, so all the seams are hidden. This material frays a lot, so you really need to make sure that the threads stay inside. On my piece of fabric, I'm going to fold long ways as well, and sew this side. If you have a look, it looks a bit like bumpy. It doesn't settle at all because it's a thick fabric. So I'm going to top stitch it to make it settle. So to top stitch, you can fold your seam to one side, or you can even open and sew two seams on each side. Each way they look nice. So I'm going to just fold to one side and sew all along it. Now I'm going to just sew one of the sides that's open to make it be the bottom. Of course, this doesn't hold, so what I'm going to do is to pinch the two corners from the seam I just made at 4 centimeters. So then I'm going to mark a line and sew there, and that way it'll make it sit. It looks quite neat, it looks really nice, I love it. And with my little sack and my handle, we only need one last seam, but we have to fill it up. When I did the pattern weights, I filled them with rice, and I was a bit worried that they had bugs, but it hasn't happened, so that's good. Anyways, a subscriber told me that if you put the rice in the microwave for 2 minutes, it'll get rid of the bugs, the possible bugs that might be. So that's good. And it's good if you have some grain out of date, for example. So for this one today, I'm going to fill it with some sand from my son's sandpit. I just stole a little bit. And now to put the handle in, I'm going to just make sure it doesn't fall once against on top of the other, because it'll be too much material to sew on, and we have the leather as well. So just on the sides of the top stitching we just did, and let's see how the machine works with all of this. So this didn't work, so here I am trying to do something different. So I have to sew by hand, which I don't like, but oh gosh, so hot. So I finished it. I ended up sewing with a normal needle because it's so hot that my fingers were slipping with the upholstery needle. I couldn't manage. So I ended up just sewing like a normal stitch. It looks quite rustic, and it holds, this must be like 3 kilos. It holds perfectly fine, the weight, so it looks lovely. I'm quite pleased with it, even though I want to throw it out the window. I'm sick of it. I don't know, it's my own fault, because how can I think that my machine could do all of this? I've done handbags before, but I think it's done with it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought and if you will try to make one. Anyways, this one in fabric will be easy to do. I made one like 3 years ago and it's already there. And the little pattern ones in a big size will be good for this as well. So let me know what you think, and I'll leave you a link to other projects with little scraps you have around, in which these two are around as well. And I'll see you around. Bye. Espérate.